Scanning for audio.
Welcome to the Tin Dog Podcast. Again, talking about the Fourth Doctor's new series, story number 2, the third series, White Ghosts. This one's been written by Alan Barnes, again one of the mainstays of Big Finish's work. The basic plot is surprisingly simple on the surface. The Doctor is annoyed with Leela after the events of the last Sontaran story, but he's beginning to come to the conclusion that A, he's being used by the Time Lords, but more importantly, that he's not teaching Leela half as well as he thought he was. The unsmug Fourth Doctor is a wonder to behold, and something that, well, we really need to be going into more often. They avoid a missile travelling towards a planet. The TARDIS alters the course of the missile ever so slightly. They land on the planet to try and evacuate it. The planet is very, very dark. Yes, good old-fashioned darkness. Big Finish, we love you. You get to describe everything to us as part of the narrative, rather than just having to describe everything in passing. It makes life slightly easier for the listener. But for people who've been with Big Finish a very long time, it can be slightly annoying if you know what they're doing. Like seeing a slight chink magician's armour. But here, darkness is very important for the plot, and something that we really need to go into. So what exactly is going on this dust-covered planet? A planet where if you shine a torch around, life suddenly starts springing up. Plants, bloodthirsty plants, start coming to life. The biology of the alien worlds is something that Doctor Who really hasn't gone into very much, and something that really, really works here. You can kind of think about it for a while and go, yeah, fair enough, nice story. But this is one of those ones that gets into your head and comes back. It feels a lot like the Hinchcliffe era, but also it feels a lot like episodes of Space 1999 with their kind of budget. The airlocks, the creatures outside the airlocks, the motivations of the characters all have a bit of a Space 1999 vibe. Genetic recoding of people, and perhaps best of all, Leela's reading of fairy stories are all images and thoughts that stay with you long after you've heard this story, and you keep thinking about it every so often going, you know what, that's quite good. And then you go, no, that was actually brilliant. Because the story kind of washes over you when you first experience it, but when you relax, it keeps coming back and tapping on your shoulder and reminding you of things. It surprises you much more than you thought it would. So as reviews go, it's quite short, because I don't want to give away spoilers. What I do want to say is this, again, is a very good example of how to do the Fourth Doctor. I am so sad that we'll never get to hear the Fourth Doctor and Sarah Jane, or even the Fourth Doctor and Harry. I want these things to be true. Now I know that the Fourth Doctor and Romana will be on the same disc, but will they be in the same rooms when they record? I'm not completely convinced that will happen. How will that affect the performances? I just don't know. Also worthy of mention in this particular story is the inclusion of Virginia Hay. Now, for those of you who know the name, think Farscape, think Blue Priestess Woman, think ridiculously good performance, because let's face it, this woman can act. I'm so glad that they've managed to get her in here. Now, I would love a Farscape audio series for Big Finish, and let's face it, the puppetry is going to be a lot easier if you can't see the puppets. But then again, how truly different from Blake 7 would it be on audio? And we've already got the brilliant live-action Blake 7 series. If you'd like me to review that and cover that as well, give me a shout at the usual email address. There's a link on the webpage. So this story might not give you the best impression when you first look at the cover, but it'll stay with you in the night when you hear the rustling of trees outside. And of course, after the White Ghosts, we have, well, the next story, The Crooked Man, release number 3.3. And that we'll be talking about very, very soon. Be seeing you.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions, The Fourth Doctor Adventures, Doctor Who, The White Ghosts.
Mirandy, where are you?
Candelli, you won't believe what I found in the far fields.
A blue box?
Leela, we are at the edge of the universe. The TARDIS stopped because someone stopped it.
almost upon us.
Mirandy?
Candeli, there might be a missile about to strike the surface.
Very funny.
Give me that. Your friend isn't joking, Mr. Candeli. You have less than 2 minutes.
What missile?
The missile we came to warn you about.
Subscribers get more at bigfinish.com.
You've been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast. Doctor Who is the property of the BBC and no infringement is intended. To contact the show or to find out more about Whostrology and my other works, click on the links on the Tin Dog Podcast homepage. Why not follow Blue Box Messiah, all one word, on Twitter to keep up to date with tour dates of my forthcoming Doctor Who comedy play. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.